So like, after that first meeting, let's say it goes well, and you think, hey, they checked off all the boxes, the ones we just, the ones you just shared. What's like a healthy tempo of back and forth? Like how many days should I find a way to reach out to you again or to send investment terms? Like what's the healthy speed there without looking too desperate?
Yeah, good question. So, I mean, we're pretty quick, um, given that, one, we don't have LPs. Two, we're like traders by nature, so we tend to have a pretty good idea after one call, if we're either very interested or not at all interested. And we'll probably have some follow-on questions, but like we know pretty quick. Um, Other funds might not be as fast, but I think maybe give them a week. Um, if there might be natural follow-up. Hey, here's the like let's say they ask for something and you don't have it ready yet. That's totally fine. Just say, oh, that's not done, or oh, let me generate that for you. I'll be back to you in a couple days. That's all fine. Like you don't have to have everything ready right away. Just say, I'll get it to you as soon as possible. And that's also natural follow-up. So there might just be things that make sense to follow up with, or if you launch something, you have a big tweet out, like definitely post that. That's totally fine. But in terms of being like, oh, hey, just want to check in with you regarding the investment, I think a week is fair. Um, but again, like you really have to read the room. Um, Note, like jot down after the call. You should definitely have notes for every fund you talk to, as annoying as that probably is if you have 50 calls. But have notes. Be like, because we usually say like we'll get back to you within a week. I don't know what other funds say. They might say 2 weeks. They might say 3 weeks. I would wait for that period of time, whatever they say. If they say we're going to be back to you in 3 weeks, like don't ping them after a week and be like, hey, have you made up your mind? Just be cognizant of what they've said on the call. But when the time has elapsed that they said they would probably be back to you in, like, I think it's fair to say, hey, just want to check in, see what you're thinking. Um, Maybe like if you've made any progress on anything and since the call, like fill them in on that. But yeah, you definitely don't want to seem too desperate. I mean, it's kind of like high school. Like you don't want to seem like you really need their money. You don't want to be a dick and be like, we don't need you, but you don't want because I mean, there's definitely VCs definitely get FOMO. Like if a project is like, we're already oversubscribed, we might be able to squeeze you in. We're like, shit, what are we like? This sounds great. I mean, there definitely is groupthink like that.
How do you
As
trigger that
ashamed
group?
as I am to admit, like we definitely feel that way. But you can't bluff your way through that. Like, I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you're really good at that. But if it depends on the negotiating position you're in, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, make sure you are aware of that. If you have no money, no one's seeming that interested, you're gonna have to rethink your strategy versus you are oversubscribed. And in that sense, then you just tell people like, look, just so you know, we're oversubscribed. I really think you guys would be a strategic partner. So I'd like for you to be involved. But we kind of got to close this up. So like, can you let me know within a few days? Those are kind of the opposite extremes, but like, yeah, I think a healthy follow-up is okay, but you don't want to ping them every couple days, be like, hey, did you make up your mind yet?
No, you just brought up something really interesting, this FOMO, right? No, by the way, thanks for the timing on that. That does help. On the FOMO, can you share like one example in the past where you got FOMO, but not because, like the founder probably said that, but because they set up the situation. Like, was it because you heard other investors talking about it, or was it like how do you set the stage for that to, so it's not a bluff? Like it's like for real. Like, of course, yeah, we have to be oversubscribed, but how, like, what are the signals in the market that you see like beyond just talking to the founder? Whoops. I can't hear you, Nick.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, it's like really hitting the narrative, hitting a hot narrative, getting engagement in both like the retail community and with other investors. So like, yeah, if some other like really smart VC is like, hey, have you talked to these guys? Like, this is really cool, and I know they're smart. That'll definitely kick my interest. Um, and if like often in pre-seed, no one's talking about you because it's still very early. If it's pre-seed, it's a cheap valuation and like people in the communities are talking about it, that's gonna give me some FOMO. Like, shit, this is a cheap deal. It's early stage, and they have like a lot of user engagement. There's talk in the community about them. Like that'll definitely give me FOMO. Um, Again, this is more probably like a little bit later stage, but if you get that really strong like anchor check from a really strong larger VC, that'll definitely get me pretty interested. Um,
Yeah,
but
we're
I
not.
think it's more the biggest thing is just like there's a really hot narrative and you're doing that and it seems like you have a good position there. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, awesome. This is like just gold. All right, so I asked a lot of